What's up, YouTube? Shawn DaGamer here, and let me close the door really quickly because I forgot to do that. That way we can make sure all the sound and the audio goes where it needs to go. Let me scoot up a little bit. I know it's been a minute since I recorded a video. I'm hitting stuff, so I took a couple of weeks off of YouTube just to let everything settle from what YouTube has been doing, demonetizing videos, and just seeing how it's going to play out. Thinking about going over like SoundCloud so I can put stuff on iTunes and just expand our horizons. Go see if I still have some of my old sponsorships. Like I had like a workout clothing sponsorship I got via Instagram a while ago, maybe earlier this year or like even last year, through this company called Dreaming Elegance. It's a really nice little clothing line, so I'm gonna try to start linking that in the description so you guys can use my promo code Shawn DaGamer and get discounts if it's still up there. So if you see it in the description, please check it out. If you want to buy something, use my promo code. I think you get like 10% off or something like that. So, and I get a little bit of kickback for whatever you purchase, and that will go towards the channel. Just a lot going on. If you can tell by the sound of my voice, I have been completely out of commission for like the past 2 weeks. So I had this like weird mixture of my allergies, which I really recently just started developing. Like, I used to be a fat boy, heavy set, and I don't know, but like ever since I've dropped under 200, I'm pretty sure I'm like 180 something right now. I've been getting sick a lot more easily, a lot more frequently than when I was heavy set. So it's just really weird. And I had AT&T internet, and then they started tripping about like the bill and stuff. Like, we weren't getting phone. Just look, I'm gonna do an update video. We're not here for all my personal stuff. We're gonna do WWE No Mercy Raw pay-per-view coming out either tomorrow. Well, I'm recording this on Saturday, September 23rd, and the pay-per-view is tomorrow. So the WWE right now has been doing a lot of weird, questionable things. I'm not gonna go off, I'm gonna try not to go off on too much of a rant, just because of the fact that I still don't really feel good, and I'm trying to conserve my voice as much as possible because I want to do 2 videos today. Like I said, I want to do this video, which is the No Mercy preview and predictions, and I also want to do, como se dice, an update video letting you guys where the channel is going and all that stuff. So let's jump right into this, and maybe I'll start ranting on some of this stuff just because some of this stuff needs to be ranted over. So let's start with the pre-show match, which is Apollo Crews versus Elias Samson. Who wants to walk with Elias? I raise my hand every time because I've always liked Elias, even when he was in NXT, just the drifting around. And I love the way he debuted on Raw. He was just walking around the background and stuff. So Apollo Crews, a part of, I was about to say, thank you, JD. I was about to say Titus, no, Apollo Crews, he's a part of Titus Catering Worldwide. No, Titus Brand Worldwide. But Apollo Crews has been like really irrelevant, period, because we saw Titus O'Neil. Excuse me. I got water and stuff next to me, so I'll probably take some pauses and stuff. But we saw Titus O'Neil help Tozawa win the Cruiserweight title for like a week, and then he lost it right back to Neville, which we'll talk about when we get to the Titus, like when we get to the Enzo versus Neville match, which, oh my lord, can we talk about Enzo? So Apollo Crews versus Elias Samson. I'm going with Elias because I'm walking with Elias for the pre-show. And then let's move on. I don't know if you guys are going to see me looking at the wiki or if I'm going to have pictures up. I know I didn't do a layout because I just don't have the energy to make a layout, even though it's going to be really simple. So I don't know yet. What else do we want to talk about here? So we talked about the pre-show match, Elias versus Apollo. Elias is just really entertaining. Very much a Intercontinental heel quality character and wrestler. So let's talk about the tag team title match now. Let's talk about Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins versus Sheamus and Cesaro, because I don't really have any complaints about this match, except the tag team division on Raw seems to be utterly dead, and that's the same across Raw and SmackDown. NXT definitely has a lot more upside when it comes to their tag team division, when it comes to WWE umbrella. They have the Red Dragons now, Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish. They have the Street Profits. They have AOP. They have Sanity. They have the Ely Brothers. They have Santino, Tito Sammartelli and Riddick Moss. They just have a lot more tag teams down there that they can play around with, opposed to the main roster. Like on Raw, who do you have really? You have the Shield, the Bar, and the Good Brothers. That's about it. So and we've seen that over the past couple of weeks. Those three teams mixing it up. Oh, and the Hardys. They have the Hardys as well. Which the Hardys are not on this card, but there has been speculation that the Hardys will be facing the Rhodes Brothers. Yes, Cody and Dustin at the upcoming Starrcade event, because I don't know if it's a network special or what they're doing with that, but they are doing Starrcade later this year. But if I had to pick a team to go through with this, I would stick with Sheamus. I would stick with the Shield. I don't think Dean Ambrose is going to turn on Seth just yet. I'll give it a few more months. Maybe that'll be their way of starting something for WrestleMania, starting at the Royal Rumble. Maybe they lose the titles or something like that, and then go from there. So I am going to pick the Shield to retain the tag team titles. So let's move on to Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt. Speaking of Dustin, aka Goldust, he's been kind of involved in this feud, saying things like Finn Balor needs like face paints or another persona to beat him, because I think it was 2 pay-per-views ago, I can't remember which one it was. I know Bray beat Finn, and then Finn turned into the Demon to beat Bray, and now we're getting Bray versus Finn again. So I'm going with Finn. As much as I want Bray Wyatt to win this, I think it's really time to start pushing Finn Balor into a high intercontinental, maybe even Universal title role. He still hasn't had his rematch for the Universal title ever since he dropped it last year. So Finn is overdue for that match. And depending on how they go with the Braun Strowman and Brock Lesnar match, I can see Finn inserting himself into that, because they had everybody else in there. They had Joe, who's injured right now, so that's why he's not on the card. Reigns and Strowman is getting the title shot tomorrow, as I just mentioned. So I'm just going to go with Finn, because I think they need to start establishing more higher level talent to fill out Raw if Brock Lesnar does retain the title. So now let's move on to The Miz versus Jason Jordan, and this is where I start wanting to rant. This is where I want to start wanting to rant, because Jason Jordan, as good as he is, I think he got really stifled when they took him away from Chad, took him off SmackDown, and put him on Raw as Kurt Angle's quote-unquote son. And I still don't understand this, especially we're in the era where kayfabe is pretty much dead. So why would you try to push something like, oh, Jason Jordan is Kurt Angle's son? I still don't understand that. I think it'd be like anything but his son. Even if they said, well, found out I had a relative or a family or blood, even like a nephew, but a son? No. Like, if it said, I just found out that my nephew is Jason Jordan, they probably could have explained that a little bit better than his son, especially when we have seen his parents on TV before. They have, I think, like twice we've seen his parents before, like when he won the NXT titles and things like that. So Excuse me. Let me take a little swig of something to drink real quick. So yes. Will they put the title on Jason Jordan? The Miz, I don't think The Miz should be champion right now. Only because as good as The Miz is, you probably heard a lot of people say this. As good as The Miz is, if Brock Lesnar is going to retain the title, you're going to hear me say that a lot. If Brock Lesnar is to retain the title, he's going to be off TV for a while because this is his last scheduled event unless they rework his contract. So he's going to be off TV at least until maybe SummerSlam or the Royal Rumble. I say SummerSlam, I meant Survivor Series or the Royal Rumble. So you want somebody that can main event Raw and pay-per-views in the absence of your Universal Champion Brock Lesnar if he retains. Do I think The Miz can somewhat hold that spot? Yes, but I think there's a lot more capable people who can, you know, take that top spot in the absence of your Universal Champion, like Finn Balor, Jeff Hardy. They already been teasing those two going their separate ways, along with Matt Hardy talking about all this awoken stuff on social media, Twitter, Facebook, and all that stuff. So there's a handful of people that will be better, as good. The Miz is perfect on the mic. The Miz is still one of my top 5 current favorite talent on the main roster, but his in-ring work, as good as he's become, is still not something that you want to see on pay-per-view or main eventing Raw every week. So I think there are a lot more charismatic people that you will probably want in that spot, especially if the Universal Championship is still absent. So in long, do I think Jason Jordan should win this match? No. Do I think The Miz should still be Intercontinental Champion if Braun Strowman does not win? No. So we have to see where that goes, but I'm still going with The Miz to win this match. I probably should have said that first and then went into the little mini rant. So we've talked about Cruz versus Samson. We've talked about the tag team title match. We just talked about the Intercontinental title match. We talked about Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt. Let's talk about Enzo and Neville. Enzo recently, about a couple of months ago, has been in so much hot water. And I have personally never understood the hype between Enzo and Cass. Like, Cass was always green, even in NXT. He has a lot of upside, and Enzo was just a mouthpiece. So if it was maybe like Cass and Enzo as a manager, I can understand, but as a tag team, I just never got it. Even when they had Carmella with them. Carmella has far improved much more than these two have on SmackDown. Carmella, I hated Carmella down at NXT, but now she is the savior of the women's division on SmackDown. And what I mean by that is, she has that Money in the Bank briefcase. She has turned into quite the, I don't want to say must-see heel, but she's a personality that you want to see more often now, at least in my opinion, because of the improvements she has made. And what really made me respect Carmella more is when, I don't know what they were thinking, but when they first brought up Enzo and Cass, they didn't bring up Carmella. And then they did that little interview with her saying, look, I'm proud of my boys, yada, 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 but I still want to improve down at NXT, and I still want to capture that women's title. So, I know something about that made me respect her a lot more, because she knew she wasn't ready for the main roster, quote unquote, or at least in the storyline. At least that's what they told her to say. But in the time since she's been on the main roster, she has improved leaps and bounds. She's still not one of the best talent, but she is really, really good. And Enzo Amore, like everybody's been saying, you're a cheap cat. You're nobody really understands what you're saying. You just throw out all these random metaphors and sayings for no reason, depending on what city you're in. And your in-ring work does not match your mic skills. At least with The Miz, he's come a long way, and his mic skills make up for what he did, for what he can do in the ring. And The Miz, I don't know if he's just playing it safe or is just being annoying on purpose when he's in the ring, especially when he throws those Miz kicks. But I much rather when it comes to somebody who can talk better than they can work in the ring, I'll take The Miz over Enzo any day. With that being said, if Neville loses his title, I'm going to be quite upset. Like, I'm not one of those. I don't follow 205 Live. I don't care about the cruiserweights as much as I love every individual they have signed right now, from Cedric Alexander, Grand Metalik, Drew Gulak, TJP, Tony Nese, Noam Dar. I love all those people, but the WWE has not given me a reason to care to watch 205 Live. I've heard 205 Live has been almost like pretty decent. They always have like these good main events and stuff, so I might like do a marathon on some of the main events. Like, I know there was a last man standing match. They had like some 2 out of 3 falls matches and things like that. But at the same time, every time they're on Raw, it's like a 5-way or a 6-way or a 6-man tag, and that just gets old. And then they don't give them enough time to do what they need to do. So I just hope Neville retains the title. And if he does lose the title to Enzo, I hope they plan on taking Neville out of the Cruiserweight division and put him at least into the Intercontinental contention scene. So my pick for this match is Neville. So with 3 more matches left, let's go with the women's title match, which was originally a it was a one-on-one match between Alexa Bliss and Sasha Banks. And then Emma and then Nia Jax, they won like a tag team match so they can qualify for contention in this match, which made it a fatal 4-way, which I was fine with because I love Emma, but I hate this whole women's revolution thing that they're pushing on her, because we all know deep down in our hearts, no matter how hard you want to fight it, we all know the women's revolution started in the Knockouts division in TNA. The best thing about TNA for years was the women and the X division. They had the Main Event Mafia, they had all that other stuff, but you tuned in because they had women like Gail Kim, Awesome Kong, The Beautiful People, Madison Rain, who else did they have? Taryn Terrell, and all these other up and coming. They had Jade, who is now, what is her? God damn. Mia Zhao or something, in the WWE, Marty Bell. They had all these good people, and they were all working their ass off, as hard as the men, to make sure that women division was respected. And see, the Lord is telling me, boy, they ain't ready for the truth. You better stop. The Lord is telling me to stop because y'all ain't ready for the truth. But the truth is, TNA started the women's revolution with women like Gail Kim and all the others that I just mentioned. And then all of a sudden, we get Bayley in this match because she came back this week. She came back this week. Gave Alexa a belly to Bayley, which is the worst. It's up there with the FU. It's the worst finishing moves of all time. If she consistently did it from like the middle or the second or top turnbuckle and that was her finish, then okay, I can understand it. But it's a simple slam, and she gets 1, 2, 3s. Like if it was a Bayley to Bayley into some type of submission, understand that. But it's just belly to no. And I'm saying this as somebody who didn't get Bayley, but respected her down in NXT because of the way she was written. She didn't come out, cut all these sappy promos and all that shit that they have her doing now. Damn it, there goes demonetization right there. But they just stuck her in the match and made it a fatal 5-way. So, who do I want to win this match? Truly, it's either Nia Jax, Emma, or Alexa Bliss. I don't care about Sasha. I don't care about Bayley. Especially when you have Asuka. My lord. Everybody pray for Asuka, who's coming up to the Raw Women's division sooner than later. As soon as her shoulder is better, she's going to be there, and they better continue where they left off. In the first match, I want to see Asuka on Raw is versus Emma in a 15-minute bout, almost as good as the one they had in, I believe, London. If you haven't seen Asuka versus Emma at the NXT TakeOver event, I believe it's London. Go watch that match. I believe they were the opener before Asuka was champion, and that was a great match. So I would love to see them renew that rivalry, but if I was going for dominance, I would go with Nia Jax. And then you have Asuka just come in and run through the remaining women on the roster until she gets her first pay-per-view shot. And then she wins the title. And then she just keeps it for another 500 days. I don't think Asuka should be beat until she goes 100 and something days undefeated in the ring. That's just me, but I think she needs to go at least over 1,000 days undefeated. And it's possible. It's possible. If they book her right and they keep doing these little shakeups and things every now and then to keep the rosters fresh, it is possible. And then the only person that I want to see beat Asuka, okay, it's a few people. These are my 3 options. Some of them need to be built up, and some of them you can probably just see. There's only 3 people. Charlotte, Bayley, well, not even Bayley anymore because they killed Bayley. I'm going to say Sasha. No, whoa, hell no. I meant Charlotte, Bianca Belair, because Bianca Belair is amazing, and Kairi Sane, Kairi Hojo. Those are the only 3 people that I will acceptably take beating Asuka. Other than that, no. No. Nobody is ready for Asuka. Nobody is ready for Asuka. I've loved Asuka since day one. Ever since William Regal said we signed another great Japanese talent. Yada yada yada. Asuka. I was like, ooh, they got Asuka. I love her. So let's do this. So if I had to pick somebody to win this match with Asuka on the horizon, it'd be Nia Jax. I love Bliss. Sasha's okay. Ugh, Bayley. I love Nia. I love Emma. So if it's not Emma, it has to be Nia Jax. But Bliss has to lose it. Bliss has been the funnest champion, but it's over. I'm sorry. You need to take a break. We're over it later. I got to cough again. So, I want Nia Jax to win this match. Either Nia Jax or Emma. I don't see them giving it to Emma just because of the way they've been pushing her and portraying her. So, not Emma, Nia Jax. So, 2 more matches left. Cena versus Reigns. Oh my god. First of all, let me say this. I am neither a John Cena hater or a Roman Reigns hater. They both have their upsides and they both have their annoyances. Roman Reigns' annoyances, to me, have been highlighted, picked apart, and demolished by John Cena. That being his mic skills. I've never thought Roman Reigns has had the best mic skills. That's why when he was in the Shield, all he would say was, believe that, and believe in the Shield. So, fine. Fine and dandy. Cool beans. Roman Reigns, whatever. And then they took him, they broke up the Shield, and immediately started pushing him. Didn't care for that too much, but his in-ring talent is good. Very, very good. You just go back and look at some of the matches he's had with Roman Reigns. No. With John Cena. No. With AJ Styles, Brock Lesnar, Braun Strowman. Roman Reigns, when in the ring with the right people, can deliver. And it's been proven. John Cena is a battle-tested veteran at this point. I like John Cena when he was U.S. champion all those years ago. Then he won the WWE title. I was fine with that for a little while. Then it just got overdone. Then he started beating all my favorite people like Edge, Christian, all those people like that when he was just going through everybody. Morrison, Miz, all those people. I was just like, you know what? Fuck you, Cena. And you know, the whole he's burying talent thing. Even back then, I knew it was all because of marketing and he's pushable and he can make us money when it comes to the kids and the women. So I didn't really care. I just like felt like how people feel now. John Cena's good. We're just tired of him. But with this, 70 to 80% of the crowd is on John Cena's side just because of the way he can promote matches and himself. Reigns has been trying and trying and trying, but there's no intensity behind it. It's just like he's supposed to be this cool, laid-back badass. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. You're talking about the same person. Y'all have scripted saying things like suffering succotash and things like that. I don't believe it right now. Oh, now that he's saying the B word and the S word all willy-nilly, I'm supposed to believe, oh, Roman Reigns is big badass. No, Roman Reigns is a good wrestler and he has to look, and if he's quiet, like, Roman Reigns should have always been like a quiet enforcer. They should have booked, the way they should have booked Roman Reigns is the way TNA used to book Samoa Joe. That's how they should have booked Roman Reigns. But they didn't do that. So that's why I'm like, whatever, Roman Reigns. All that being said, Roman Reigns is going to win this match. Because they don't care. John Cena is literally trying to pass the torch to Roman Reigns. But every time they get in the ring together, Roman Reigns doesn't touch the handle. He touches the fire and gets burnt. And that burnt is John Cena saying things like, dude, think of me as a drug test. You're not getting past me. Like, little lines like that. Like it's a promo kid. It's a promo kid. If you're going to be the top dog, you need to learn how to cut one. Like, what? Oh my God. This is great. Like, it's been so fun watching John Cena verbally abuse Roman Reigns over the past couple of weeks. And that's been my favorite part about Raw. And then, like I said, Roman Reigns is going to win. John Cena is going to be all filming a Bumblebee movie soon and all that other stuff. God damn it. So, Roman Reigns is going to win just off technicalities. If John Cena finds a way to be able to stick around a little bit longer and wrestle, I can see John Cena winning. But as of right now, I haven't been on like any of the dirt sheets or anything for like the past couple of weeks. So just based off what I'm seeing and my knowledge, quote unquote, of behind the scenes and stuff like that, I'm going with Roman Reigns. And the main event of the evening, Braun Strowman versus Brock Lesnar. Oh my Lord. I love this. I love this. I love this way more. You know how people were hyped over Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar? Like, oh my God, it's Goldberg. F Goldberg. Goldberg old. Goldberg ain't got nothing. Goldberg, I ain't never liked Goldberg. I can go back to when WrestleMania was in Atlanta a handful of years ago. And The Miz won. And I was just going downtown Atlanta, going to the train station, walking back, all these little kids. I'm like, I see purple, I see yellow, I see orange, I see losers. And then I was just going off on anybody who had anything to say about The Miz winning. And I got those videos somewhere on camera. I just have to go find them and go really, really dig deep into my archives and find those videos, clip them together, and then I can just show them to you. They're all crappy, like Nokia Razor videos, but whatever. It was just so funny. And I remember this one guy, we were passing by the CNN Center, and this one, I was like, The Miz is the champion, yada, 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 with my Miz shirt on, with my little toy WWE title at the time. I was just like, The Miz, yada, yada, yada. And this one guy had the audacity to shout at me, well, you know Goldberg is supposed to come back tomorrow night. And instantly my first response was, ain't nobody give a fuck about Goldberg. I don't think I cussed at the time just because I know there was a lot of kids around and I didn't want to be that guy. You know how you see some people, no matter what, whether they're old folks, elderly, people you should respect around, they're always cussing and stuff. I didn't want to be that guy. So I was like, ain't nobody give a flying flip about Goldberg. And everybody in the area just started busting out laughing. So it's just like, but the hype. people have for that match, Goldberg versus Lesnar, is how I feel about Braun Strowman versus Brock Lesnar, because I can actually believe Braun Strowman can just Rey Mysterio Brock Lesnar into the crowd. You know what I'm saying? Like, all those years ago when they had, it was like Big Show versus Rey Mysterio or something like that, and then they had like Big Show pick up Rey Mysterio and like toss him into the crowd or something. I can't remember how exactly it went, but they literally had Big Show pick up Rey Mysterio and toss him out of the ring. And I can see Braun Strowman doing that to Brock Lesnar. I don't know if it'll actually happen or if it actually could happen, but in my head, that's what I see. That's what I see. Brock Lesnar, for all intents and purposes, has been champion forever. Ever since he beat Undertaker like 2 years ago, or probably even before that, he's been unstoppable. He had matches with Cena, their matches with Reigns. He had Undertaker, CM Punk, Dean Ambrose, and all those other filler matches and stuff like that. I think Brock Lesnar needs to go away. Not forever, just for a little while so we can miss him. And I say that we need to miss him without missing the title. So if you want somebody who can give you that same intensity and that same, oh my God, can anybody beat him mentality, it is Braun Strowman. It could have been Samoa Joe, but they had Samoa Joe lose to like Roman twice or whatever. So I don't know. He lost to Roman. I know he mentioned it like, Roman, shut the fuck up. You never beat me. Damn it, monetization. But I can see Braun Strowman winning this match. But at the same time, we don't really know what Brock Lesnar's immediate near future is. So I would say put the title on Braun Strowman. So on this match, I am 50-50. I'm not even like 51-49. I am 50-50. This match should go either way. We can see Braun Strowman win. At the same time, depending on what Brock Lesnar wants to do or what Vince and Dunn and all those people want to do, I can see them having Brock Lesnar keep the title and be off TV for a few more months, and that's where the importance of the Intercontinental title comes in, because you will still have 4 or 5 titles on Raw even without the Universal title. So you have the Intercontinental title, Tag Team title, Cruiserweight title, Women's title. So that's still 4 titles. As long as the Intercontinental title is being prominently displayed with a champion that we care about. Because think about it like this. If Shinsuke Nakamura was already champion like he should be on SmackDown, The Miz could be that perfect counterbalance to Shinsuke Nakamura. But with Mahal still being champion and possibly being champion for a long time, you need a Jeff Hardy or a Finn Balor to be Intercontinental champion on Raw. Whew, so that's the pay-per-view, guys. I'm surprised I made it through without dying. I've coughed a few times and I apologize. But let's go from top to bottom as it reads on Wikipedia. We have Apollo Crews versus Elias Sampson. I'm going with Elias. Brock versus Strowman. Like I said, I'm 50-50 on that, but I want to see Braun Strowman win. Reigns Cena, I'm going with Reigns. The Bar versus The Shield, I'm going with The Shield. Balor versus Wyatt, I'm going with Balor. I want Wyatt to win, but I'm going with Balor. Neville versus Amore, I'm going with Neville. The Fatal 5-Way match, which, where the hell did they start using Fatal 5-Way? And why is that a thing? Why did it just call it like a 4-person match? Like, anything over 5 people should officially be elimination. I don't care. What did I say? Nia Jax. Either Nia Jax or Emma, but I'm leaning more towards Nia Jax. Jason Jordan versus The Miz with the Miztourage. And congratulations to Maurice. You know, having that little baby Miz. 18 years from now, we're going to have little Miz going around beating people up on WWE TV, hopefully. So that's like something to look forward to in the off future. Today's Saturday. Somebody said the world's supposed to end today, and I'm still waiting on that. So hopefully, if the world doesn't end anytime soon, I will come back and record another video. All my links, like always, linked in the description down below. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch. If I have any other promotions down there, any codes, it will be down there as well. Like I said, for Dreaming Elegance, the sporting line, like just the workout line down there, the promo code is Shawn DaGamer. There's a PayPal also linked down there as well. I'll probably start doing Patreon eventually. I don't know. Depends on how all this YouTube stuff works. Like I said, I might start switching over to something like VidMe as well, just to try to get more broader exposure and things like that, along with SoundCloud and iTunes. All that stuff is still in the works. So hopefully by the end of the year, going into next year, we will start seeing all that stuff. Like I said, there should be an update video coming soon. Maybe some more Dokkan stuff. I'm still playing Dokkan. Still no summonable LRs and all that stuff, but I do have an account that have both Omega Shenron and Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta on there with very good teams. My global account is looking amazing. I still have Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta on there as well, but he has no leader skills, so I've been using him on my heroes team, which is really fun. We still don't have Angel Goku, so I've been also using him on my Super Saiyan 3 team. So with all that being said, I am Shawn DaGamer, and I am out of here.